All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. It was a battle today at the All England Club between the Old Lion and the Young Lion. And for the second consecutive year in the final at Wimbledon, it was the Young Lion who prevailed. Now, unlike last year's epic five-set battle for the championship that saw Carlos Alcaraz prevail over Novak Djokovic, the young Spaniard was able to dispatch of the man who has more Grand Slam titles than any other man in tennis history, and he did it in straight sets today. Alcaraz is only 21 years of age, and he just secured not only his second consecutive Wimbledon championship, but his second consecutive Grand Slam title. We just saw him win the French Open, okay? And now his fourth Grand Slam championship overall. And I'll tell you like this, the sky is indeed the limit for this young man. He's the future of tennis, okay? And he is set up to dominate and get on a roll. And for me, one of the biggest questions is and will continue to be, will anyone be able to slow Alcaraz down? You think about it for a bulk of Djokovic's career. He had to deal with the likes of Roger Federer. He also had to deal with Rafael Nadal. Okay, and these guys were getting multiple Grand Slam trophies. And when you think about it, Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal, they're one, two, and three as far as the most Grand Slams on the men's side. Okay, does Alcaraz really have anybody who's going to slow him down? I mean, you look at some of the top contenders right now. You've got Yannick Sinner, Daniel Medvedev, and as well as Alexander Zverev. And of course, Sinner just won the Australian Open back in January. Medvedev has a Grand Slam championship to his credit. He won the U.S. Open back in 2021. But once we saw Alcaraz break through and get that U.S. Open championship in 2022, he hasn't looked back. I mean, Novak got the Australian Open in 2023. He got the French Open in 2023 as well. But then we saw when Novak was trying to make it three in a row for 2023, it was Alcaraz who stopped him. And Alcaraz was the only person who prevented him from having the Grand Slam for the year because we saw Novak come back and get the U.S. Open championship to close out the Grand Slams for 2023. Now, Alcaraz is on a roll right now. And I'll tell you like this, I don't see this young man slowing down anytime soon. But on the flip side of this thing, even in defeat, to me, this was still a very strong showing from Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon. We just saw him have the knee surgery that forced him to withdraw during the French Open. And you just had to wonder if he was going to be ready to come back for Wimbledon. And not only was Djokovic ready, he got to the final. And it was just at the end of the day, the skill, the youth, whatever you want to call it, Alcaraz was just simply better than him today. So now it's all about getting ready and gearing up for New York City and the U.S. Open, which will begin in about 5 or 6 weeks, give or take. And of course, you know, Alcaraz is going to be somebody that people are going to be watching, as will be Novak Djokovic, as will the gentleman that I just mentioned as well. We could also have, you know, some wild cards that people are not expecting to come up and win that tournament win. But nonetheless, you look at it right now, I think Carlos Alcaraz is about to get on a roll, and he's going to be the guy that's taking 2 and 3 Grand Slams per year. It's one of those where when Pete Sampras retired and Sampras had 14 Grand Slam championships, did anybody really think it was going to take that long for somebody to surpass him? Well, you know what? It didn't take that long. And of course, we saw Federer and Nadal come up and get past Sampras for most Grand Slam championships of all time. And then, of course, Djokovic just got into the mix and he got on a roll. And of course, the rest is history. And right now, I truly do believe that we are about to see this young man from Spain get on that same type of role in Carlos Alcaraz. It was a big day for Spain. We saw Spain get past England to win the Euro Cup, and then we just saw Carlos Alcaraz take care of Novak Djokovic in the finals at Wimbledon to secure his second consecutive Wimbledon title. Like I said, the future is bright for this young man. The sky is the limit. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg as far as what we are about to see from Carlos Alcaraz in tennis. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. And then you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I am signing off. I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.